Hi there, everybody. I'm Dion, Astral Oracles, and it's good being with you. I'm out here enjoying a beautiful day by the Limfjord at Thisted, and if it doesn't mean anything to you, it's in the far northwest of Denmark, and the place name is very old. It's pagan. It means that the place of Tyr, or the guy they call Two in Anglo-Saxon context, as in Tuesday, you know. There's also a place named Thorstead close by, and a place named Norse, the sea god. So it is kind of an ancient landscape that then moved out of significance with ecological changes and essentially everything sending over in the early Middle Ages, and so now it's kind of a very barren and desolate place, but there's still this powerful energy in the landscape, and it is compared to the eastern landscapes of Denmark, it still has a lot of rough, untamed energy in it, and I thought it would be interesting to bring out a deity and have some advice on how to ride these waves of change, because I don't know if you noticed, I'm sure you have, that like energies are just crazy, and they've been for a long while, right? We've been going at this for a long time, but at the moment it is really a firestorm bubbling up in the collective, and in each of us individually, and is pushing a lot of things to the surface. And at the same time, it seems that there's an anxiety exacerbation. So generally, there's a lot of fear, for instance, connected to running out of resources, of what the future will bring, of worry in general. Like these themes are brought up, and I would love to get some perspectives on that. And it's been a long time since I channeled Odin, and you could say I could connect to it's here the energy of this place, but he's also less prominent, and I think I might do that over at the Patreon, and then bring you Odin on this topic of how to ride the energies of change. So let's get him to give us some advice and perspectives on this. And thank you for being here and liking, sharing, subbing, commenting, and just contributing with your beautiful energy. Much love. Yes, this is the force, the energy, the entity, and the deity known as Odin. I am translating myself into this situation. I am letting my energy advise humankind, as it often does, even in the whispers at night time, or during sleepless full moons. You may feel my presence walking past your door on the outside, and you may feel yourself guided to move into a space of change, a surrender, a sacrifice into greater knowledge, acceptance, and wisdom. Close by here, maybe the microphone can also pick up on this, is a creek pulsating, slowly ebbing out and joining the sea. These fresh waters moving into the great salty void of the ocean. And it is with this, as it is with the process of release in these times of change. See, the worst thing you can do is to become very obsessed with the qualities of what it is you're releasing, of what it is that is being pushed up, of what it is that is detrimental to you, and that seems too harsh, too pointed, almost too exacerbated, pointing at your heart and threatening to destroy you and cut you open. These worries, these traumas, these codes from the past that are brought forward, but you can allow them to flow out through the creek of your blood flow and into the vast ocean of the divine, where we are all joined into this vast field of loving forgiveness. You do not need to analyze to do this. You can simply feel the energy as such, you can reduce the thought to an energetic impulse. And as you reduce your thought to an energetic impulse, it becomes a pulse in the creek, it becomes a small stirring of the current, it becomes the surface of water moving and yet remaining the same. All these small waves and splashes and flutters, all of these moving into the great release of the divine. This is an ongoing return. See, you spend much of what you call your wakefulness, but it is indeed a dream state. You spend much of this in the illusion of being separate. Another part of it you spend moving into more fanciful flights, moving closer to the divine unity. This is the separation that you operate with between awakened, or the wakeful state, that is the state of everyday experience, and then dream state, the night state, the state of sleep and revelry. But there is no difference between these. These are two aspects of the same. One is active, one is passive. One holds the illusion of choice and the other holds the illusion of being swept away. Yet they are both created from the higher self, from the point of union that lies beyond these two. This is the ocean of you. This is the vast expanse. It is, of course, like a small body of water, like this body of water behind us, flowing into the great ocean that this planet holds and upholds. And yet it is its own separate space. And such it is with you, that you have your own current flows and temperatures, and yet there is something that constantly adjoins you to the everflow, something that flows in and out of you, a salinity that's regulated by your presence and your connection to the greater sea of the all, the greater sea of the adjoined experience of everything. This is the field that you find yourself in. This is the true wakeful state. This is where your eternal state rests, and this is why the one that you call the Buddha could inform you that when he was asked of his nature, he only spoke that he was awake. And so he was awake, meaning he was awake beyond what you call the wakeful state, the everyday experience, and he was awake beyond the dream state, the night experience or the reverie. He had adjoined these two into the awareness that all these were passing fluctuations generated by the interplay of them in the illusion of separateness, playing out for the very reason that it is existence itself, being both the separating and the unifying principle in a twirling dance around itself. And so as you go walking down into time and down into these new explorations of yourself, of energy, of space and time, you may find that new landscapes adjoin you, or you attract new landscapes, you vibrate them into existence, or they are already there waiting for you to be there with them. However you may see this, this is the perspective, that as you move into these, new and novel sights will appear, and how can you do them rightful justice? How can you interpret these as they are to be interpreted? Well, you can do so only by allowing them to also flow with you down the stream, and then to be on their merry way on the great ocean, flowing down into this ocean together, and then separating out of it to form your separate ponds. These are the ways that you move about. These are the droplets of human existence moving in and out of the unified sea of love. This is indeed the mystical experience made available, easy, accessible. And so, how do you flow within and without today? Can you adjoin these two principles and allow for the sun to dissolve the separation for a moment, and for the flow of love to move you into a new unity, carried in to the great ocean of the all. I, Odin, I have brought forward this message this day. I have been glad to connect to you. I hold many runic secrets that I am willing and able to share with anyone who reaches out and connects to my energy. I extend my blessings this day, dear humans, and I bid you farewell. It's a very beautiful day out here, and so I hope you took something. I hope you took something helpful from that. I found it very poetic, at least the imagery that was moving inside me as it was being channeled. And so lots of love to you. And I will post the second part on the Patreon, talking about where the little people and the dwarfs and stuff come from. So if you're interested, you can join me over there as well. Stay well, guys.